Hello, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I shall share a method to draw the circular bar plot in Power BI desktop file. As shown on the screen, the circular bar plot, which wraps a bar plot that has a larger number of categoric entities in circular shape. Thus with it, user can obtain all entities with their measures in a more eye-catching organization space chart. To get this circular bar plot chart in Power BI, we need to employ the Power BI RScript visual. To enable RScript's visual feature in Power BI desktop, we need to go to the File, Options and Setting, Options, RScripting. In the RScripts options, you have the two fields to fill. First one is to choose home directory for R, which means you need to first install a R engine and select the installed R engine location for this field. To install a R engine, we may click the link How to install a R. It brings us to the Microsoft Learning site regarding where to download R engine and how to install it. The second field is to choose which RIDE integrated development environment, for example, the RStudio, which is the RIDE you want Power BI desktop to launch. You also need to install a RStudio. To know what benefit we need RStudio and how to install a RStudio, click the link Know more about IDEs. It brings us to the site to know the benefit by using RIDEs, where to find and how to install RStudio. I personally like very much the feature Edit Script in External IDE, as it can have our Power BI desktop data automatically imported and displayed in the RIDE. From there, we can modify the script in external RIDE, then pass it back to the Power BI desktop to create the Power BI visuals and reports. Once above installation and setting done, we can start to work on RScripts creation for drawing the circular bar plot in Power BI desktop. We can work on the scripts directly in Power BI RScript visual, or we can use the external RStudio to create the RScripts. Then copy and paste the scripts into Power BI RScripts visual. RStudio is IDE and has many interactive features to support RScripts creation. As shown in my example, I have the source panel to edit and run RScript. I have an environment panel to show my available variables. In below, the panel has the tabs for help packages and plots, among others. In left side, I have the console panel to see the result of code I run in source panel. I can also run codes in this console panels. In this video, I shall demo the V by using external RStudio to create the RScripts to draw the circular bar plot. Back to my Power BI desktop file. In table view, I have an employee skills evaluation table, which imported from my Excel file in hard drive. In the original table, we have the first column list 13 employees. The column 2 to 5 have the corresponding evaluated scores listed from 1 to 5 regarding 4 criteria: technical skills, software skills, leadership and management, personal development for each employee. By few Power Query transformation steps, we reached an unpivot tabular table, which has only 2 columns besides column employee list. The attributes column covers all 4 evaluation criteria. The value column includes all score values. Now we are ready to use RScript visual to draw circular bar plot for the dataset. In Report View, add a new empty report page. Name it as a circular bar plot for YouTube demo. And add RVisual by clicking on RScript in the visualization panel. In Data Fields panel, drag and drop all three columns of table employee skill evaluations onto the value area of the RVisual. We see notes in RScript's visual tell that the table data is loaded in the created variable dataset. As mentioned before, that I shall use the external RIDE RStudio to create the RScripts to draw the circular bar plot. Let's launch our installed RStudio directly from Power BI desktop. Just select the Edit Script in External IDE button. In the launched RStudio, we see 3 lines of the script that Power BI desktop automatically generated. Those lines do import the source data table into RStudio from Power BI desktop. Let's run the Power BI generated code line. And in console panel, we use the view function to check if the data imported correctly. A table view is visible for us to check in source panel. And this phase, we can start to create our scripts to draw the circular bar plot. The first step is rename the dataset source by a variable data. Run the code. We can check the transferred source data table by viewing function in console panel. Yeah, that is we expected. In environment panel, we see the data variable which has 52 observations of 3 variables. The second step is loading the related plot packages. Ensure source data type and initialize value for a variable. Run the codes for loading packages. Ensure the category data type is a factor and the initial value for variable text underline h-adjust, which will be used for text label horizontal position justification. Third step is to separate each attribute group of bar. We need to add embedded bars to each attribute group. Let's define embedded bars data frame with 3 embedded bars. Then create an embedded bar frame which has the same structure as source data. Add the embedded data frame to source data frame. Check the data again. Yes, 3 times 4, that should be 12 embedded bars added in the source data table. Sort the attribute groups and then sort the values. Check the data. Yes, sorted. And ID for each value row. Check if IDs were added in the data source. The fourth step defines the Y position of each label. Creating a new data frame label underline data and assigns the contents of a variable data. Calculating the total number of rows in the labeled underlying data frame, and assigns it to the variable numbers underline of underline bar. Calculating the angle for labeling data points. It uses the formula that depends on the ID column values and the total number of rows in the data frame. The angle is used to position labels for data points, subtracting 0.5 from ID because the latter must have the angle of the center of the bars, not extremely right 1 or extremely left 0. Set the edge-adjust horizontal justification column in the label data frame. It assigns a value of 1 to edge-adjust if the angle is less than -90 and 0 otherwise. This effectively controls the horizontal alignment of the labels. Update the angle column in the label data frame. If the angle is less than -90, it adds 180 to the angle. This is used to control the angle at which the labels are displayed. The purpose is to make sure that the labels are readable and properly oriented. Let's do quick check to the variable label underline data $adjust. And the variable label underline data $angle. The fifth step, prepare a data frame for baselines. This part groups the data frame by the attribute column. Subsequent operations will be performed within each group defined by unique values in the attribute column. Within each group, this summarizes the data. It calculates the minimum value of ID as start and subtracts the emptied bar value from the maximum value of ID as end. The row-wise function prepares the data for row-wise operations. Then it calculates the title as the flow of the mean of start and end for each row within the group. This part performs an inner joint between the label data frame, which only the ID and the angle columns selected, and the base data based on the matching values between title and ID. This operation combines the two data frames based on those columns. Finally, it calculates the angle column. If the angle falls within the specific ranges, it is adjusted by adding or subtracting 90 degrees. The sixth step. This is a key step to prepare plot based on Power BI slicer dynamic selection for attribute group. There are two general scenarios, more than one attribute group selection and only one attribute group selection. If there are more than one attribute group selected, then prepare a data frame for grid. Copy the contents of the base data frame into variable grid data. Adjust the end column values by shifting them up by one row. Adjust the start column value by shifting them down by one row. Remove the first row from the grid data frame. Then prepare the plot for this scenario with adding grids. The ID is a factor. If the X is numeric, there is a sum space between the first bar. And the value for 5432 indicators. And text showing the value of each 5432 lines. Else the other scenario is there is only one attribute group selected. This time, prepare the plot without grids and a bar plot and text showing the value of each 5, 4, 3, 2 lines. Run this big condition codes for preparing data frame for grid. We see the grid data variable in the environment console. Now add all other features to the plot. Calculating the number of a distinct group. Define text horizontal justification if not passed as a parameter. If text hedge adjust is null, text horizontal justification will be a factor of 0.5 value. Otherwise, text HORIZ justification will be simple assigned the value of text HJust. This is a way to provide a default value of 0.5 for text HORIZ justification when text HJust is not specified or is null. At this phase, let's try to plot the graphic by running the code P. We get a stack bar plot. Last step converts the bar plot to circular bar plot. This is a section for making circular bar plot, which we need additionally to set the y-axis limits for the plot, restricting it to the range between -5 and 6. Apply a minimalistic theme to the plot. Further customize the plot theme. It removes the legend, X labels, grid lines, and adjusts the plot margin. Changing the coordinate system of the plot to polar coordinates, which is often used for creating circular bar plot. And text labels to the plot using data from the label data frame. It specifies the aesthetic for the text labels, including their position, color, font style, alpha, transparency, size, and angle. Now let's draw a plot by running the last step scripts. We see the expected circular bar plot. There are 4 nice warning messages which are related to the 12 empty bars we have added before in data. We need to copy the scripts we created in RStudio. And paste them into our previous Power BI R Visual Editor. Run the scripts. We see the expected circular bar plot in R script visual. Now we may adjust some parameters in Power BI script editor to see the changes. For example, check and find and changing the empty bar number from 3 to 4. We see more space between group bars. We do not need this changing and put it back. Changing alpha, which is 0.7 to 0.4, to set the transparency of the bar. We see more transparency on the bar filling color. We do need more color and set it back. Let's add slicer for the circular bar plot visual to changing the data view interactively. Remove title for circular bar plot chart. Adjust the position of the circular bar plot. and slicer visual in the report page. Drag and drop the group variable attribute into field. In the slicer setting option, changing the vertical list to tile. In the selection setting, switch on the select all. Adjust the position of slicer to the top position in the page. Check the circular bar plot changing by selecting different attribute combinations. Save the Power BI report file. Now we even can publish the desktop file to the Power BI service. That is all about in this video, how to draw a circular bar plot via Power BI RScript visual. The introduced method covers how to enable RScripts visual in Power BI, how to launch RStudio from Power BI directly with automatically imported source data, how to create RScripts for drawing circular bar plot in RStudio, and how to copy the RScripts and paste it back into Power BI RScript visual for drawing circular bar plot. Hope this video can bring some helps for your Power BI advanced visualizations. Thanks for your watching. If you like to watch more videos from my channel, please press subscribe button in below. See you in next video.